Hello. So I was really thinking about it, and I am now on the carnivore diet, and I'm not sure how long I'll do it, just, as long as is necessary and as long as I continue to see just a positive yield from it, then I'll keep on going. And I believe I'll know when it's time to discontinue. We'll see how that all goes. But in any case, I was really thinking about it, and I think that it's easy for people to hear where I am now and feel like, oh my goodness, there's like no way that I could ever do something that's that restrictive, or there's no way that I could even build, get to this point. And the point that I want to make today is that I didn't land here overnight. This has been a progression, and I think sometimes we can be so hard on ourselves and not allow the process to take place. And it's so easy to compare where we are on our health journey with others, not taking into consideration that for some people it's been years. For me, my health journey began really because I used to eat whatever, whenever, and not really care about it. But as you can see, I have alopecia and I had some other autoimmune issues going on. I've had, some tests done, and initially it came up positive for lupus, and then they were saying, oh, it's not lupus, it's, it was more of a generic test, but it just pointed to some other autoimmune issues going on, and on and on and on and on. So I just realized that I needed to really hone in on just nutrition, because again, I truly believe that God has created our bodies in such a way where it can heal itself. So it's been years that I have been on this journey, and I didn't start off on this journey because I was just like, oh, I'm just so self-conscious about, I'm so conscientious about my health. That's not where I started. I started really honestly from a place of desperation. It was almost like I was forced. I shouldn't say forced, but my situation kind of forced me to this thing, and I realized going to conventional doctors wasn't really giving me the answers that I needed, and I didn't have the resources to go to, these specialized doctors. So it was just, I feel like, just the Lord leading me on this path. And I started off with just really, first I did the South Beach. That was like years and years ago. And then from the South Beach, I think I jumped to the Paleo diet, and I was having like great success there, but there was like still some irritation. And I remember just feeling so overwhelmed, like I'm eating healthy. Why am I experiencing these negative effects when I have sweet potatoes, which I absolutely love? Like, I don't get it. And, from there, I learned some stuff about food combination. And from the food combination, I learned about the keto diet. And from the keto diet, now I've landed on the carnivore diet. And I said that within 30 seconds, but all of this did not happen within 30 seconds. And oh, let me throw in intermittent fasting along the journey as well. And even though I summarized for you my journey in 30 seconds, it took years for me to be on this path. But whenever I found something new, and I didn't get locked into one way of doing things, right? Because I think sometimes we can think, okay, this is it. I landed here, I'm done. But it's a progression. So be open to learning something new and not assume that, this is it, I'm done. But to also give yourself the grace and not to look at where someone else is on their journey, and you're just starting off and then getting frustrated because it's, oh man, I can't do keto now or whatever. And maybe you've been eating just a poor diet for years. So start off small and then build from there. Don't stay at the same place, but just continue to build from there. Like if somebody had told me like years ago that I would be at the place where I'm not looking for something sweet to eat every day, I would have thought, oh, I don't know, that's gonna be a little impossible, right? But God is a God of miracles. So I am grateful for that I am here. So, but truly, I just want to encourage you on your journey, because I know what it's like sometimes watching these videos and seeing people having these great success and just almost feeling defeated, like, man, I don't know if I could ever get to that place. Don't compare your journey to anyone else. As you find out new information, build from there, but go at your pace. You're not competing with anybody else. And this is the other thing that I want to also say, is that what may work for one person may not necessarily work for you, and be okay with that. Like, I know, veganism is like a big thing now, and I watched What the Health and was like, okay, I'm gonna try this vegan thing as well, and it just did not work out for me. Like, my body became extremely inflamed, like my joints got swollen, I gained weight, and I wasn't doing the vegan version of, I wasn't doing the Oreo eating version of vegan. I was doing a very clean, like, with the vegetables, and even sometimes incorporating, I guess, some of the better grains and whatever, but my body just was not loving it at all. Whereas I hear other people and they go on and on about how wonderful it is for them. And that's not for me to even judge, because I just realized that God created all of us and we're all unique and all different, and what may work for you may not work for me. So try to find what works for you. And then on the flip side of that, I also want to say is, as you're on your journey and you find something that works really well for you, don't try to make it doctrine for everyone else. And I'll be the first to admit that I have been there, and I realize, like, I can't do that. That's not fair, because I get annoyed when people do that to me, right? So you can make gentle suggestions, but do understand that just because your body's loving it doesn't mean that that other person's body is going to have the same response. So I'm going to conclude there. I've gone on long enough, but just want to encourage you to just be fair to yourself. It's your journey. Don't compare your progress to anyone else. And just because you can't jump from A to Z in 2 days, it's okay. Because I think what happens is that when you can't jump from A to Z in 2 days, you inevitably give up because you feel like it's so hopeless. Take steps towards the goal, and just be prayerful in the process, and asking the Lord to give you wisdom in terms of which direction you should go in. All right, I hope that this was an encouragement to you, and I would love to hear from you in the comment section. What has been your health journey? Like, where have you ended up, and what are you currently doing that you're finding is really helping your body to thrive? All right, that's it. You be blessed.